Friends, welcome to Bob's Bullet Points. I'm Bob Main. Coming to you from the mobile studio as I'm returning from a business trip. So I want to talk about carrying an extra magazine. You know, you hear a lot of people when they talk about carrying an extra magazine, they say, well, my pistol holds 8 rounds and I have another 7-round magazine, so I have 15 rounds available for the gunfight. Or even another example, well, I've got 15 rounds in my mag plus one in the gun, and I've got a 17-round mag that I carry as a spare mag, so I've got 33 rounds for the gunfight. So let's look at this practically, because I'm a practical guy. How often does it really happen that a civilian needs to reload his or her pistol in a civilian defensive handgun situation? That number's pretty small, folks. If you watch the Active Self-Protection channel, all those gunfights, you know, how often does the person really need to reload? I'm not talking about law enforcement. I'm not talking about military use. I'm talking about a civilian defensive handgun use. It's not very often. You know, the likelihood of you being in a gunfight is very small anyway. Would you agree? Out of the gunfights that happen, out of the civilian gunfights that happen, the percentage of a reload is so minuscule. I want to urge you against the false sense of security that you might have, considering your backup magazine as extra ammo for the fight. I carry another magazine. I carry a spare magazine all the time. The reason, my primary reason for carrying a spare magazine is for a much more likely event. And that likely event is my gun might malfunction during the gunfight. And the malfunction might be caused by a magazine or ammunition issue. And so I might have to clear that malfunction, and I might have to use another magazine. I might have to insert another magazine into the pistol to clear that malfunction. If you've ever taken one of my classes, or if you've ever taken a class with a competent trainer, a competent handgun trainer that knows what he or she is doing, they probably taught you how to clear malfunctions. They should have. Or in my opinion, they didn't do their job very well if they didn't teach you how to clear a malfunction. That is much more likely. I don't care what kind of a pistol you carry. I don't care if you carry a Glock or an M&P or a finely tuned, expensive 1911. It doesn't matter what kind of a pistol. They all malfunction. And the percentage of malfunctions is far higher than the percentage of having to reload because you need more ammo to win the gunfight. Look, if you're carrying a gun that holds 16 rounds or 17 rounds, you better learn how to win the fight with those 16 rounds in your pistol. Understand? If you're carrying a gun with only 7 rounds in it, or 8 rounds or 9 rounds, learn to win the fight with the ammo that is in your gun the second that it comes out of the holster. Because the likelihood of you being able to reload and finish that gunfight, even though you didn't have any malfunctions, you might disagree with me, but I think it's rather insignificant. I'd like to hear your comments on that. So give that some thought. Always carry a spare magazine. Always carry a spare magazine. But don't get the false sense of security that it automatically means that you don't have to win the gunfight with your first magazine full of ammo because you got a second one to go to. Kind of unrealistic in my opinion. I'd like to have your comments. Please subscribe to Bob's Bullet Points. Subscribe to this channel. Put your comments in there. Please keep them civil and well thought out. Also listen to my audio podcast on the internet. It's called Handgun World Podcast at handgunworld.com. handgunworld.com. If you like educational videos like this and you want more, I also do a Shooters Club. That's at shootersclubmembers.com. shootersclubmembers.com. That's a subscription service with some very good educational shooting videos. With that said, I'm Bob Mayne from Bob's Bullet Points. Thanks again for watching.